Hi guys, and welcome back to class. Today we're going to start off with looking at another painting. Now, a few days ago we looked at a painting and we did a wonder and notice for that painting as well, but today we're going to be looking at the painting Birthday. So here's the painting. And I will have a link of this painting in Schoology so you can see it better. And then I want you to answer the question, what do you notice and wonder about the painting? For today's lesson, our focusing question says, what defines the experience of love? And our content framing question says, what's happening in the brain? Romantic love is basically an addiction. Our craft question, lesson 13, in our experiment says, how does formal style work? So looking at the Birthday, what do you notice and wonder about the painting? I want you to look at who's in the room. Look at the man. What about their feet? Look at their eyes. Where are they? And what could possibly be the occasion? You can use some of these sentence stems or some of these here to help you answer the question of what do you notice and wonder. Now in the article, I want you guys to annotate for phrases or sentences that suggest a connection between love and an addiction. So you're going to read that article and you can either underline or circle whenever you see a sentence that makes a connection between love and addiction. So according to Fisher, what do you love and addiction have in common? What does love and addiction have in common? Circle the colon between the two words and think about this. The colon between these two words is there for you to visualize a way to represent the idea and that it has an analogy. So for instance, you would say love is to addiction as something is to something, right? So here, this is an analogy. Love is to addiction. So this kind of is showing that there's a connection between the two. If you see this here, that means there's a connection between the two words. Now I want you guys to practice creating summaries. Looking back at the annotations that you guys made, I want you to create a summary for paragraphs 3 through 5, 6 through 8, 9 through 10, 11, 12 through 13, and 14 through 15. Now for those of you who are online, I will have a grid because you're only going to do 2 of these per student, and I'll let you know which ones you're going to be doing inside of Schoology. Now let's look at some of these questions. After you've read the article, how does an addiction affect reward pathways in the brain? What makes romantic love in humans universal? According to the article, what are 3 characteristics of someone in love? What is the relationship between love and intoxication? And reread paragraphs 14 and refer to handout 12A. According to Fisher, what is monogamy's role in the biological purpose of love addiction? Remember, handout 12A was your glossary. So there may be something in that sentence or in that answer choice that you may not know. Now on to our experiment craft stage. For our experiment stage, how does formal style work? Scientists and laymen have long regarded romantic love as part of the supernatural, or as a social invention of the troubadours in the 12th century France. Evidence does not support these notations. Looking at that sentence, how might formal style be more effective choice than informal style when writing an argument essay? Now back to the painting that we looked at. The name of that painting was called Birthday, and it was drawn by Marc Chagall, and it was painted in 1915. What do you think is happening in this painting? What does this mean? We talked about this, and we said it was an analogy. Write the sentence, birthday, love. How might this painting suggest that love and birthdays are analogies? To end this lesson in our content for our content framing question in our organized stage, the question says, what's happening in the brain? Romantic love is basically an addiction. I also want you to complete and submit an exit ticket in response to the following question. What is Helen Fisher's claim in this article? And what do you think is the strongest piece of evidence that supports that claim? So you will have to look over that article again in order to answer the exit ticket. Now on to our vocabulary deep dive. We're going to experiment with the conditional verb mood. I want you to do a quick write. If you could be anyone for one day, who would you be? In your writing, identify the verbs in the conditional mood. Now let's look at this quote. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I give to you to be translated, or I would give to you to be translated. Which verbs are in the conditional mood, and why might Shakespeare use the conditional verb mood here? According to Helen Fisher, what could happen if you fall in love? Where's the conditional verb mood here? To end this lesson, let's look at this sentence. Hermia is left alone in the woods at the end of Act 2. I want you to rewrite this sentence in the 4 other verb moods that we've spoken about. That is the indicative, interrogative, imperative, and the conditional verb mood. You're rewriting this sentence here in all of these verb moods. All right, guys, that's going to end today's lesson. Again, if you need any help with anything, please come to office hours Monday through Friday, 11:22 to 12:06 p.m. I'll see you then.